Welcome back to the Spicy Boiz Podcast.
Spicy Boiz!
Spicy Boiz! All right, I am Chris.
And I'm Marcus.
And we are the Spicy Boiz. All right, so we are continuing from hopefully you came over from the Off the Hinges podcast. If not, please go check out the Off the Hinges podcast.
OTH, bitches. Screw right. OTK. This is OTH.
That's right. So Linktree is in the description, or wherever you can find tags. But Linktree, everything is Off the Hinges podcast. But thank you for joining the Spicy Boiz Podcast.
Thank you to anyone that followed us over. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, all right, we got quite the show here, I'd like to think. So we are currently streaming on Twitch, obviously, and we're kind of messing around with YouTube a little bit.
We should make an alternative to Twitch called Tweech.
Tweech. We're on Tweech, please.
Tweech's own would be the model there.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Tweech's own.
Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna keep this one open so we can see what's going on. All right, so pardon what we got going here. I'm not sure how well the YouTube's picking up with the audio because it's just being captured off of a laptop. For everybody on Twitch, it should sound just fine.
Yeah, if you are on the YouTube, come check us out on Twitch if you want to get the full experience.
And if you're on Twitch, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/the Spicy Boiz Podcast.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to focus on the Twitch, though.
But search Off the Hinges on the Twitch for Twitch if you want to join us on there.
Yeah. What's the YouTube for Off the Hinges?
Off the Hinges?
Just Off the Hinges Podcast? Or
Off the Hinges Podcast.
Okay. Off the Hinges Podcast.
If it looks like a 3-year-old did it, you're in the right place.
All right, so...
Do you have a question?
No, I was just trying to get everybody's attention that we were live.
Oh. They're saying you're being too loud, yo.
All right, everybody. So we are live now. Sorry, we're just trying to get the audience attention here. All right, that's not working. So
we're live.
We're live. All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah. All right. So we're going to start with, we got a couple topics here. As you can see by the title, we're going to talk about a little bit of what's going on, current events here.
And yes, that is a little bit of our spiciness popping out.
Yeah, sorry. We get a little spicy. Sometimes it gets a little bit too much.
Go al caliente. El caliente.
That's Spanish for spicy. No, that's Spanish for hot.
Hot, yeah. Hot.
We're the Hot Boys?
El caliente hombres.
Hot Boys Podcast? I'm sure it's a podcast.
And it has to be spicy.
All right, so I'm sure everybody knows. Let's start off kind of like, I mean, if you came from the Off the Hinges podcast, we kind of already went over this, but for those who didn't, how was your week?
It's pretty good. You want to hear the story again?
Yeah, let's tell it again. Let's get a refresher with the different.
Let's get a refresher. Okay, I guess we gotta go long story short on this instance.
TLDR.
TLDR, yeah. I had to go to the bathroom real bad. I dipped off to a Taco Bell bathroom. I went to clip my keys on my pants, and they fell on the floor of the urinal, right below the urinal, where all the pee drips from the dudes.
So if you're a guy, you know how this works. You go.
If you're a girl, welcome to the urinal store.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what goes on in there in your part of the world.
Listen, there's 2 places to drip, either on the floor or in your pants. You got to pick one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, not sorry.
But go on. Sorry.
So my keys fell in there, so then I had to do a little smorgasbord of hand sanitizer and soap and my keys in the bathroom sink, which, by the way, are proximity keys. Got a battery inside because they're made for inclement weather, but I don't know about submerging. But they work. But yeah, I had to scrub those things up and get all the urine off of them. It was so gross. I
didn't have anything that exciting. Not as exciting as yours.
I want to count that as exciting. That's exciting. I was like, oh, I can't. Oh,
can we call it eventful?
We call it eventful.
Okay.
It was eventful. It was an event, that's for sure. It was the most disgusting thing I've had to face all week, and I face a lot of disgusting stuff.
I don't envy you in that regard.
Yeah. And if you want, I give a little dribble, and you can toss your keys in there.
No, please don't.
All right, whatever. Don't ever offer you anything.
So the only thing I did, me and Mallory went to, we had a little day in Latrobe, which is, if you guys don't know, that is a little town where Mr. Rogers is from.
If you're from the area, you'd call it Latrobe.
Latrobe. Okay.
Latrobe.
I call it Latrobe. Okay. Whatever.
Latrobe. Just like here, you're not from Carnegie. You're from
Carnegie.
Carnegie.
Whatever. Okay. Can we get a consensus on that?
The consensus is it's named after Andrew Carnegie, and Carnegie's his last name.
Okay.
His name isn't Carnegie.
Listen. Okay. Well, you know what the GPS says? Carnegie. So that's what.
Well, the GPS also says downtown.
It does not say downtown.
It says go on downtown.
It does not say Don.
But it doesn't say Carnegie. Carnegie.
I know the GPS isn't really good to go off of, but it's saying the way that I want it to, so that's where I'm going.
You gotta get the double chin in there, Carnegie. Yeah, smack it out.
Give it a little curve when you say
You gotta get it. What do you say?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
That's so weird.
But yeah, we had a little day in Latrobe. Kind of just going to some different private shops. We did a little bit of shopping, just kind of some browsing, just to see what was going on. It's a nice little spot. Have you been there? Arnold Palmer, also from there.
Yeah. If you have children from there, they're called labies.
Ladies. Mission Nikaba. That's a whole different topic.
Latrobe babies, labies.
Ladies.
Yeah.
Ladies get to another territory. We don't want to go down that road.
Yeah.
So.
You mispronounce an E with an A. You got a whole different thing going on.
Okay. All right, moving on. All right, so if you have opened up your TikTok or been on YouTube or anything, I'm sure you've heard about this Gwyneth Paltrow case. So if we could go to our, let's just type in Gwyneth Paltrow here. I had it up on my laptop, but I can't get to. We got two different things going here, so it's a little.
On TikTok?
No, just in web.
Okay, so just a new web page.
Yep.
I keep trying to. Why does she gotta say her goddamn?
Gwyneth.
7 oddities.
So just to give you a quick rundown.
Oh, okay. I do remember.
Just to give you a quick rundown. Gwyneth Paltrow and another guy whose name escapes me. I don't know the actual name. We'll find out.
Sanderson.
Oh yeah, Mr. Sanderson. Okay, so they were having a day on the bunny slopes, and if you don't know what the bunny slopes are, that is for skiing.
They're for beginners.
As the beginners.
That's where the 4-year-olds go.
Right. So she was. Right. She and her then, I think it was her fiance at that point, were trying to mesh families. They were just having a day at the ski slopes, and they were kind of just with their kids trying to mesh them together, having a good time. This other guy who was also there was skiing, and they collided.
Yeah, he did the French fry when you're supposed to do the pizza.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not a skier, but I know what that is. You know, you French fry.
So basically, if you hold your ski straight like this, like French fries,
yes.
That means you're going fast. To slow down, you do the pizzas, like the tip of a pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are for other people who don't know what a bunny was.
And apparently, there's not a lot of law that people know, like who was responsible for what, who runs. I mean, I would treat it just like a car accident.
I think
if you get rear-ended, you're responsible.
Hold on a minute. I mean, I think you assume a little bit of fault if you step onto the course, right?
Right.
It's go at your own risk. Can we also, real quick though, can we take a step back? And I know this is a little bit off. I mean, if you ask 100 people,
okay.
I'm pretty sure there's only one person who doesn't know what a bunny hill is.
All right, so yeah.
I would love to hear via Twitter or some kind of poll. People know what I mean. I'm at Off the Hinges podcast on pretty much anything. You let me know if you don't know what a bunny hill is.
A bunny slope.
Bunny slope.
So we were kind of talking about it prior to the show.
I'm gonna stay 1 in 100.
And Mark knew what it was.
Everybody knew what it
My
was.
sister knew what it was.
Okay.
My girlfriend Mallory comes over. She's like, bunny slopes.
Bunny slope.
What are you referring
I was
to?
gonna say bunny slope.
Is there
I know
bunnies?
what a bunny slope was.
The bunny?
I just assume. I mean,
I know what a bunny slope is. That's not like a normal thing to say.
I mean, in terms of skiing, that is a very normal thing to say. Like you have the bunny slopes, you have the intermediate slopes, and then you have like the I'm a pro, get out of here slopes.
In its own words, a bunny slope is a beginner.
And then you have the death slopes.
The death slope.
Those are just like this.
You'll die.
Also, I'd like to talk about. I mean, not to go too far off the rails here, but on
Shout out to HE.
not to go too far off the hinges. Shut up, myself and Chris. But throughout this whole court proceeding, I've learned to come to find out that Gwyneth Paltrow doesn't eat
I have to get you.
At all.
at all. Rarely ever. Rarely ever does Gwyneth Paltrow eat. She does these things with nutrients in IV bags.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Huh. Can we look that up real quick? Let's
Sure.
just get a little background on Gwyneth. So she's in things such as Iron Man.
And she's not
She's in
Robert Downey
Jr.'s
Jr.'s Iron Man.
Shout out to Twitter. Everybody knows that. Everybody as old as me knows that.
Da-na. There you go. Touts IV therapy. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Half this fucking page is in there.
Jesus crust.
Excuse my language. Jesus crust. That's my Snapchat name.
Jesus crust.
That's my Snapchat name.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Jesus crust. Some love puppies, some love chocolates.
Send Mark some Snapchats. That is the handle.
Here's a key note to that. I do not get notifications on my Snapchat, nor do I actually open them up.
Except for me.
Listen, just him. He's the one that gets Snapchats. Could you see when I open them?
Yeah.
I'll never open another one again. But anyway,
We don't know why. That he only sees mine.
I'm just trying to be supportive. Be a good friend. But
Okay, but all right. So let's look at this. What's
Way
this
to change the
nonsense that
subject.
She doesn't eat. I don't understand this at all.
all right, some of these episodes of the Art of Being podcast, and some loves puppies, some loves chocolate, some love hugs. So, what did actress and Goop founder Gwyneth Paltrow say she loves during a recent episode of the Art of Being
Okay,
Well
Let's
podcast?
switch to the screen.
Oh,
So everybody can see. Perfect.
That's MBD, right? So
We feel a bit bigger. Now we got.
get needy.
Yeah, I'm just
All
trying
right.
to make it easier on the.
So an IV, yes, an IV as in an intravenous line. And in fact, apparently Gwyneth Paltrow
Paltrow.
even came armed with an IV to the podcast hosted by local DC DNM.
Okay. Don't know who they are, but let's go.
I mean, it might as well be CNBC. I don't know what the name
They must put our names in there.
Shit. We pop an IV at the same time. I love an IV. I'm an early
This
IV
is wild.
adopter.
So she doesn't. Okay. She has to eat.
Nope, not her.
She has an IV drip of good old-fashioned vitamins because some days you just have to go casual, right?
Okay. So it's not. They're not saying that she eats. Never. Like she never eats.
Yeah, but you don't skip eating that day for an IV bag.
You could. I realize she does.
Well, that's why she's that skinny. Is that an eat disorder?
I mean, I wouldn't say she looks like sickly or anything, but like
I would say she looks pretty sickly.
Yeah.
And the only thing, I mean, let's narrow it down to what I really know her from, and that's the movie with Jack Black.
Oh, Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal. That's what I know her from.
Shallow Hal wants a gal. That was the code to break Shallow Hal from his spell, where he saw people for their personalities and not what they look like. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
I mean, I don't know you give a spoiler alert on a movie that's 20 years old.
Hey, there are people that listen. If you were born yesterday, chances are you're never really watching this podcast. And two, you're gonna want the highlights.
I'm not
She was in
sure.
that movie. That was Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it. I
I'm pretty
guess she looks the same.
Yes, because I mean that IV drip. She got that drip.
I'm gonna start doing the IV drip.
See, Shallow Hal. No way.
Yeah.
See, she's on there. See, this is what she'd look like if she didn't do the IV drip.
I very consciously think about it.
Rude.
Yeah, now I'm thinking.
I guess I see it.
And like he's hyper aware.
Sorry.
I'm
Just
hyper
kidding.
aware.
All right. So
It was big deal.
Let me pull this look.
I'm about body positivity.
What's happening here?
And I guess that's simply for a joke. That must have turned up there.
Oh, no.
Oh
All right,
no.
we're having a. All right, keep going. Keep reading. I'm
We
here.
don't do any technical difficulties here. But I guess we gotta figure out whether or not does she eat? I mean, she needs to be flat up top. Yeah, that right there. Okay.
All right, sorry, we're back here. Sorry.
I mean, I'm gonna go before this because I really can't spell. I mean, that must have been doozy when trying to figure out how to spell Gwyneth Paltrow.
I have no problem spelling.
How often?
We're really off the hinges here.
I'm fine
We're
with
off the rails. I mean,
Real off the
Listen,
hinges, man.
We're getting a background on Gwyneth Paltrow, okay?
She was in Shallow Hal. She likes an IV trip. She broke 12 ribs. 4 ribs for the guy. A close to.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Okay, so she drinks she eats and like small things, drinks, and then her bulk of her she kind of snacks throughout the day, from what I can gather from just these brief.
I mean, most people like you need to drink 8 or is it 12 8-ounce glasses a day?
Of water?
Yeah, a day.
Yeah.
Is
But
that,
I mean, you can throw coffee in there too.
I mean, she's like, fuck, I'm just gonna get the IV bag. Fuck your water.
Yeah.
Did she really hate? Do you hate the taste of water that much that you just IV bag it up?
I mean, why do something you don't have to do if you can just get the if you just get an IV bag, you know?
Right. Everything Gwyneth Paltrow eats in a day. This is the food diary. This is from 2020. I feel like that's enough. I mean, but
This is really cool.
she just came out.
What's that? Is that playing?
Oh, you gotta turn it up.
Oh, it's up. Okay. It's muted on the screen.
Okay.
Perfect. Oil pulling. That's a thing too. I've been thinking about doing that.
I heard it's not supposed to. It's not as good for you as saying this.
Yeah, but I heard it's good for your
We turn it
teeth.
up more.
By the way. Yeah.
Let's see if she mentions anything about the IV. That's what brunch is.
Oh, brunch. Oh, we're getting brunch tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah. Also, I will say that brunch later on a weekend. That's the definition of what brunch is.
Right. You don't go to breakfast early on a weekend.
Do you hit a brunch at 9 o'clock? No. Of course, it's late on a weekend.
You sleep in late, and you go to brunch. You go to breakfast late. That's called brunch.
It's all those IVs just going right to her head.
That's because you know why? Because she's making it on the spot.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right. You know.
Gwyneth
We'll
Paltrow's-
get a little spicy. I'm not making assumptions about
You heard it here first. Gwyneth Paltrow's a liar.
it. Oh, and that's what this is about. So she owns this brand called Goop.
Oh, she does.
So
How do you know that?
I did a little bit of digging earlier.
Oh, she's a goopy goober.
When I was looking, yeah. When I was looking up, she's had more than one coordinator. So
Okay.
this was the first one that came up because this other one is nonsense. So let's maybe go back to the skiing one real quick.
You don't want to finish this one out and see what she eats in
All
a day?
right, let's see what she eats in a day. Well, I don't want to get claimed either.
Huh?
We don't want to get claimed.
We just gotta stop. That's all.
Okay. YouTube, stay away. Don't claim us.
It's not dependent on the activity in our relationship.
She waits to go to the office before
She showers in her office.
Okay, that'd be like you going. Okay, that'd be like you getting up, doing what you gotta do, eating breakfast. Just chilling at home. I'm gonna go to work. Then I'm gonna shower at work, and then I'm gonna get to go into work.
From here out, I'm gonna leave my house every morning and I'm gonna shower at Planet Fitness.
Yeah, you could.
You could.
Listen, I did that for last year. I did that. But I would go to the gym in the morning and I would shower at the gym and then go.
Okay, there's a difference. I mean, going there specifically just to shower, like then coming home, going to the gym later.
Also, PSA: if you're going to the gym, please shower after the gym and don't just go to the gym and go straight to work. Please don't. I know a couple of guys at my work that do that, and it's not pleasant. Just a PSA.
You might have to stop and listen to it or something, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, yeah, that's a whole different. That's a whole different topic.
I'm never gonna
All right.
So for the record, still has.
She does not get a smoothie anywhere because she came into a place.
Also, if she showers at work, she's not leaving to go get a smoothie. But anyway, yet to eat any solid food. Correct.
All right, pause it for a second. I just want to say, I'm not against Gwyneth Paltrow. I like her movies that she's in. I'm just, you know.
I hate her face.
You hit everybody's face.
I hate a lot of faces. Is that illegal? Is it illegal to hate people's faces?
No, just noticed something I noticed.
I just hate a lot of faces, man. Look at her face. Her ears are big. And I got no room to talk. I'm not the best looking person in the world, but you know what? It's okay if you hate my face. Just come listen to the audio version.
Cacao. No chocolate.
That was fun last time. Like, let's all be nice. My fears. It should work. My fear is my grandmother will know.
Okay.
I mean, when does she eat?
She's finally eating now. These protein bars.
It doesn't count.
I mean, I wouldn't say they look nasty.
That's a
but they don't
snack.
look good either.
It's a snack.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't eat them. She doesn't eat them. She eats them all the time, yet does not know the name of them. Gee, what do I have once a day? A monster. You know why? Because I have it once a day. She's a liar.
So like keep this in mind. The later court hearing we're about to go over. I can't imagine why she doesn't eat anything.
She shouldn't be hungover. She's always got that IV pumping.
Oh, true. With vitamins.
The fluid should be open. That's what people do, right? When they drink, they get the IV thing. There's a whole service for that.
You see me? I mean, Pepsi. I'm drinking like something.
It is a paid promotion. Pepsi paid us to say
Pepsi,
that.
please sponsor me.
And I responded.
It only took me 32 years to come around, but I'm around. I'm liking it.
Coke's better.
I was like, oh, sorry.
I don't know. Have you tried Pepsi?
Taxis. And I was like, it's.
I think so. I think we'll do that next week. We will do a cola taste test. I think.
Okay, we can do the layout and see which one Pepsi zero sugar, which one's Coke zero sugar, and then we'll have to get into something else.
So we will switch this around. We'll do a bunch of different colas.
Does
There are
RC
plenty of
have a
colas.
sugar free?
I probably.
What we should do? We should go get frozen shit from the dollar store and eat it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like frozen stuff from the dollar store, strictly microwave.
Yeah. We can. Yeah. Okay. So we got plenty of ideas here.
I'd be down to do that.
I think maybe tomorrow I would like to do like I was talking about, like doing like a mini stream.
We can go to the dollar store tomorrow and get food.
I think so.
Let's do it.
I think so. Let's do it.
What time do you want to make it? Noon?
Dude, we're getting brunch. I'm not gonna eat right after noon.
What?
We're getting brunch.
What?
I'm not eating in the afternoon.
Brunch is 11.
Okay, well I'm not gonna eat a whole breakfast and then go to and eat. Let's make it like 2.
There's not that much food at the dollar store, I feel like. Frozen? I mean, there's a little bit, but.
Okay. We'll just say mid-afternoon. How's
Okay.
that?
So, I mean, we can see here. Okay, she says, I feel like this is just all. She doesn't eat any of this shit. Excuse my language. Goodbye,
No,
Gwen.
just excuse it. We're spicy here.
These are the eyes of a liar. All right, so back to.
But yeah, let's go back to the Gwyneth Paltrow case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, type it again.
Well, technically, I don't think we were.
GWAIS when we're at it. Oh, look at you getting. Look at you spelled it right.
Once you get a hang of that Y in there, that little Y, then
Oops. Sorry.
what's going on here?
Oh god. No, sorry guys. I'm just trying to get.
Just did it once. There you go. Just one time. Just one time, man.
It takes a minute.
I got it. I got it. Okay, I got it.
I'm sorry. Now we're turning you down, guys.
There you go.
Okay.
Just one time. Well, the problem was I had to find out where it was in my ear because it just floats. It just floats in there.
Listen,
not attached to
we're
anything.
figuring this out, okay? As we go. Okay, so let's put in like ski.
Okay.
She's like I said, she does have more than one going on. At least in recent time, if it's current. And keep in mind, this also happened a couple of years ago. This is how long it's been drawn out. So apparently there are no rules for ski accidents. Like there is no law about how those are interpreted.
This is setting a precedent.
Correct. Now, this guy, Mr. Sanderson, I think is what it was, right?
Yeah.
So he ran, from what I remember, it was a couple days ago that I watched it.
I know about it a little bit.
He ran into her.
Yes.
And then tried to blame her for being in the way.
It was in 2016.
This was really drawn out. I mean, these cases take a long time.
He's Sanderson, 76.
Right. So he doesn't have a lot of time left. So
7 years ago, it would have been 69.
Okay. And just to give you, look at this. He sued her for $3.1 million.
Okay. It was like, it would be like what, like 67? Yeah.
But that's insane. I could see if like you were suing for like the cost of like your medical bills plus the loss of like job, like working that didn't get covered by something.
You broke 4 ribs.
Yeah, he did.
In pain and suffering, man.
Listen.
Well, I think they brought it down. They said the most you could sue for is $300,000.
Right. This is America. We sue for the maximum we can because the lawyers want the maximum money and money can pay out.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at $3.1 million. You're probably taking home about 1.4 of that.
Yeah. So I think we'll pull up some TikToks too about just of this case.
So yeah, so it was initially filed for $3.1 million, and then the judge threw it out and said it was too high, and then he came back for $300,000. Gwyneth Paltrow bid for $1 and her attorney's fees.
Correct, because for her it's not like she doesn't need money. This is just more of like the principle of
Shallow house.
what's right. Like she knows what's going on. She knows what's her role.
See this complexion? This is the complexion of somebody that's sick. Complexion of somebody who does not eat. Okay, so supposedly he ran into the back of her, and then she somehow broke 4 of his ribs. He made it seem that she ran into him,
Correct.
and then she made it seem like he ran into her. According to him, Gwyneth Paltrow, who I don't know weighs probably about 78 pounds, at full speed.
Wet. That's an expression.
I don't know what her current state was, but maybe you could ask her to
Too spicy.
get some clarification. You said too spicy? This is the clarification,
Listen,
man.
when I keep you speechless, that means it's too spicy.
All right. Well, so they're blaming they ran into each other. She very light person, not weighing heavy because she just has IV bags. Supposedly broke 4 of her ribs. You know what happened? Then she was running at me like she can go full speed. I'll let her be at the top of the ramp on the big hill, not the bunny hill. But you don't get that fast on the bunny hill. I'll let her go like a suicide ramp. I'll let her run me over full force. I don't think she's breaking shit on me. Yeah, it'd be like a fly hitting a windshield, just down.
So that's where we're at here. So let's.
It's a bunny hill. You can't even go that fast on a bunny hill.
Right.
I mean, whatever. It is ice. Oh, okay.
So hot.
CMG. All right. In case you want to know what that stands for, come on, guys. Come on.
Come on, audience.
All right, we're paying attention now.
We have a live audience today.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Soon to be an unalive audience.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Looking at you. We're going to close this YouTube video now. All right.
I just really like that song.
But you're going to kill me.
We have a live studio audience of 2 today.
And we're 30 minutes. You want to move on to the next subject?
Yeah. Well, let's get a few TikToks in here of the just of like a highlights of the case.
You want to do it? I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead. You're just close to the keyboard. It's the late here.
I'm closer to the keyboard. Ticky-tacky.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
So ultimately, she did what she did. It was the court sided with her.
This guy seems like,
So this guy, Sanderson, he is screwed because he had to pay all the attorney's fees for her. You know, while that was drawn out, he's screwed.
Oh, that's what he wants. Well, his insurance would cover it.
I guess.
I mean, because think about this. Anytime anybody sues anybody, they don't got any person on the street. The random American doesn't have millions of dollars or, I mean, lawyer fees, hundreds of thousands of dollars because it's been over 5
Depends
or
what your insurance
8
covers.
years. So at one point, you know what they say, you can't get blood out of a stone.
Yeah.
Your insurance has to cover it.
It only covers so much. Depending what your coverage is.
Well, then they're fucking the shit off. They ain't got no more money.
Yeah. And it gets taken out of your checks and stuff. But
Well, I think what ends up happening is then they'll sell stuff at your house, right?
Yeah.
But you can only get so much.
now I don't know where Gwyneth Paltrow got this lawyer. She must have got a lawyer just right out of the.
Who's a lawyer? I heard about it, but I did not.
He's experienced, so I mean,
Colonel Sanders, this dude right here.
yeah. So her lawyer was pretty bad.
Look how skinny she looks. I mean, she's not breaking anybody's legs.
All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're right. I was gonna say let's not focus on the appearance here, but
It pertains to the case.
For some reason.
right. Yeah, right.
Listen, whether you're on the chubby side or you're skinny, I don't care. I'm on the chubby side. I'm fine with it, right? Sometimes, I get my ass in the gear and I get on the less chubby side, and I'm okay with that too. I'm just saying in the pertinence of this case, it matters that she's skinny because I don't understand how she could break 4 ribs. I mean, granted, the dude is pretty fucking old, but still Bunny Hill.
Yeah.
Bunny Hill's like a little intermediate slope. And
Like, how fast are you going?
I was like at 4 when I was on the Bunny slope.
It's like, listen, just because you're ancient and you're brittle doesn't mean just because you break a couple ribs.
It's not my fault. You're an
Is
old
that
piece.
her fault?
It's not my fault. You're an old piece of shit.
Right.
He's just trying to get a buck. He's one of those
brittle
people.
bones over here.
I mean, if it was a regular lady, that would have been passed up and no big deal.
Right.
This dude right here, he's just trying to get $1 off poor old shallow house girlfriend.
So yeah, let's just watch like 1 or 2 of these, and then we'll kind of move on to what we have next. I don't want to watch people's. Let's just watch the actual thing here.
One on my turns were like
Okay.
until like they're just
This is her lawyer.
I don't like that he's a shitty smirk on his face.
I know.
That probably bothers me.
Like she's got really good lawyers and retainers. She's an actress. She's a celebrity. She's got high-end lawyers. So I don't know where she got this guy. I'm not saying that he's inexperienced, but I think he's a little bit out of his element.
The Sheehan smirk just kills me.
Yep.
Question: if he had 4 broken ribs, nothing was broken on her.
Right.
You still think?
This guy's a lawyer.
Listen, you don't have to pronounce words correctly to be a lawyer.
Yeah, but generally, when you're a lawyer,
Can you imagine me being a lawyer? I'd fuck up all the words.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, when you're a lawyer, like you've done some schooling, like you most likely are mispronouncing some words.
Maybe he got his law degree from a community college. Shout out community college. There's nothing against them.
You got it from McLawyer School.
McLawyer school. Maybe he took an online certification.
Because she's a celebrity.
I would not recognize her at all.
Right.
Ooh, look at she getting spicy herself. I don't wish you well. I wish you well.
So this is after the judge reads the verdict and sides with her. She gets up. She doesn't stay anything longer than she has to. She gets up, goes right to the plaintiff or the defendant.
Ooh, he's a doctor, Sanderson.
What kind of doctor is he? Is he a chiropractor? Because
Chiropractors
sorry,
are
not sorry.
doctors.
I don't consider you a chiropractor. I don't consider you a doctor.
Well, they don't have a doctor degree. They're actually not doctors.
Yeah, but I think you could still consider doctors.
Because they're a doctor of the school of thought of
Yeah,
chiropractor,
doctor.
but they're not actually doctors.
That's what I'm saying. So like, who knows where to even is? Just saying.
Yeah, it's
So she won a whole dollar,
it's a hocus pocus.
4 quarters, or 100 pennies, or 10 nickel or dimes, whatever you want to say.
Sure. 20 nickels.
20 nickels.
Yeah. There's something I was gonna say. I forgot what it was though. We got off topic here. If you're a doctor, right?
Yeah.
And you get sick, do you just write your own note? Do you have to go to
Oh, yeah.
Do you have to go to another
I
doctor?
mean, you write your own prescription.
No, I mean, like, do you write your, like, if they say that if you, like, a general rule of thumb that if you skip, like, if you miss 1 or 2 days worth of work, you have to get a doctor's note saying that you're allowed to come back to work, right? But if you're the doctor, do you just write, like, I was sick on your own notepad and give it to yourself? Or do you have to go to another doctor who has to verify the fact that you were sick for a couple of days?
It'd be even funny if you had your own practice and you saw the other day. Sorry, it's written in the book.
Well, because you most time I guess if you're on, but I'm saying, like, if you're a doctor, like, a hospital, and, like, you have to get a waiver, like, if you had COVID season,
Right.
you have to waiver to come back, you just write that waiver yourself.
I'd make you go to another room. Like, how do I know? Or just trying to get off work? Just saying.
The doctors write themselves prescriptions.
100%.
So you're going to go ahead and make the assumption that most doctors are drug addicts?
Have you seen the signatures on some of those?
Yes.
I mean, you or I could write those prescriptions.
So how many painkillers do you think doctors write to themselves a year?
To feel bad.
Oh,
Just to get fucked up?
who knows, dude?
Thousands? Millions?
Probably.
You're here, folks.
I would like to point out this comment in this video. Ski you later.
She's a manager.
Right here.
She's had
Right there.
thoughts.
He's an optometrist.
Oh, come on,
He's an
yeah.
eye doctor.
Man.
Man. He doesn't know anything about breaking ribs.
Right here.
Oh, look, she's whispering. She's whispering.
Right in his ear.
Eat shit.
No, she's nice about it. She says, I wish you well.
Which I told her. That's because I was supposed to see her. After that, February 6th. How's my birthday? Yeah. Did something happen to
Which is all she sued for.
Call me back or text me if something happened to him.
Now, could you imagine being his lawyer and being like, you know what, I took it thinking it was going to be a cut and dry case. I was going to win.
Who's trying to be the next Johnny Cochran?
Yep, that's right.
Can you imagine working for 7 years and getting $1 in just your attorney fees?
I would just quit.
Yeah. Fuck.
Because they were probably really banking on that case.
Fuck it in a
So
bucket.
like, it's a celebrity. We got this case. We got it back.
Fuck it in a bucket.
And then like they probably come out because he probably withheld information or whatever. They knew it was over. But like that's the law. Like you can't once you take on a case, like you can't just abandon the client.
Yeah, which is a good law because I feel like most people would be like, I'm out of here.
Now unless there's like really like threats or whatever. But I mean generally that is not the case. But so that's that. So if you want to dig into that more, Gwyneth Paltrow, that case is over. There's plenty of information on it, but I just wanted to touch base on it because that was pretty much what was going on.
I mean, for me at least, Johnny Depp's was way more.
Oh yeah, Amber Turd.
Amber Turdy.
I never thought she's
All right, so we're gonna move on to Reddit here. A little segment here. We got a couple things here.
Today I learned.
A little segment called Today I Learned. So,
Do I have to open this up in here?
this is it. Today I learned there's no real difference between a banana and a plantain, except for the intended way of consuming it.
I don't believe that at all.
I've always thought that as a kid.
I
A
don't
plantain
think
is
at
just a banana.
all.
It's just a. It's
It's a potato shaped like
Nope.
a banana.
There is no difference between
That's
a
literally
plantain
a
and a banana.
potato and a peel.
They're both grown the same.
No. Chris is right. Plantain, banana.
You can't disagree with the fact that you're grown the same way.
They are not the same thing.
I mean, how much stuff is grown the same way? How many fruits are both grown the same
It's
way?
hard, like
A
potato.
blueberry is on a bush, so is a raspberry. They're not the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but you consume them the same way.
Yeah, but you eat everything the same way in your fucking mouth.
Not always.
You
Especially
want
with a banana.
put it in a mug.
Especially with a banana. I mean, I'm just saying here. Okay, fine then. Let's do what it is. Tomorrow we're gonna go do this taste test. I'm gonna go buy a fucking big plantain.
And I'm getting a banana.
You're gonna
And
eat it like a
it's gonna
banana?
taste like a potato.
It doesn't taste like a banana.
It's a
Have
raw
you-
potato.
Have you ever had
It's not a potato.
Have you ever had a plantain? Have you actually ever eaten a plantain?
No.
They're nothing like a banana.
It looks identical to a banana.
No.
It looks like a banana that's been sitting there a little bit too long.
Plantain's mostly green.
No.
So it'd be less white?
No, not at the Mexican store. It's yellow with brown spots on
It's
it.
because they're old, bro.
They practice at bananas.
They
Well,
don't.
okay, let's see some of these comments.
Bananas are sweet and have a thinner skin that's easier to peel.
Correct.
That's one kind of banana. The thick-skinned, starchier one, often called a plantain, is also a banana.
Exactly.
You're talking about no. It's a plantain. It's not a banana.
You're not right.
You're sitting there describing two different things and saying they're the same thing.
It's in the banana family.
Oh, this blueberry is growing in a bush. This raspberry is growing in a bush.
Yeah,
It's
but
the
you
same
can't-
thing.
Yeah,
It's
but you
both
categorize it as a berry.
they're both a berry. They're two different things. They're both you know what, a coconut. They're grown on top of trees just like bananas. I mean, they have an outside skin just like a banana.
Okay,
You're gonna
okay.
eat the
First of
inside.
all, you can't compare a coconut and a banana.
I'm just saying they're both grown the same way.
One's got wood on the outside, one's got a skinny piece of skin.
They're both grown the same way. They both have an exterior shell the same way.
One's grown on the ground and one's grown in the tree.
What's grown on the ground?
Bananas.
Bananas aren't grown on the ground. Bananas are grown in trees.
That's a hell
Not
of a
trees.
What?
Not tall trees like coconuts.
Yes, they are.
No, I don't believe that.
Yes, it's called the banana tree, dude.
All right, whatever. All right, we're gonna read this right here.
What do you mean?
Moving on.
Bananas aren't grown on the ground.
I'll believe that. Moving on.
I'm gonna Google a banana
All right,
tree.
Google it. Look it up. Listen, I'm not always right here, okay? But I'm just saying. Sometimes I speak a little bit too fast. And I'm like, you know what? I probably shouldn't have said that. But sometimes you just gotta commit. If you're gonna say something, you gotta commit. It's a low tree. Look,
It's a tree, bro.
it's a low tree though.
It's okay. Hold on. These are all for. This is all for exploitation. Banana trees grow large. Look at them.
Short trees. Those look about the same height as me.
Really?
And I'm relatively short. So
He's relatively vertically challenged. We don't say short.
No, I just see somebody else do it.
yeah, banana trees are not that tall.
Okay, they're both. Nonetheless, they're not growing on the ground.
Okay, well, it's close.
Got
to
you
the,
there, huh?
It's close to the ground. Than the
Okay.
coconut.
Second thing is I guess there's two fruits with exterior shells that are grown in trees. There we go. You heard it here first. Banana is a coconut.
They're
There you
both
go.
wrong.
There you go.
Can we reply that to the in the Reddit
What?
that bananas are just merely coconuts?
I'll do it. I'll do it right now.
Let's do it. Let's go to the
You know
reply
what?
section.
What?
Let's go to the reply section and type exactly bananas are merely coconuts.
What should I do it to this one right here? Bananas just right into their skin. Correct. This one kind of banana. Thick skin starchier ones are called plantain, which is also banana. Okay. Right.
So in essence,
Exactly. So coconuts. This is supposed to be this. Are they spell coconuts? Coconuts
these nuts.
are grown in trees.
They're grown in
Just
trees.
like
She cannot see it.
tress. Yes.
She knows it's there, but she will
Grown in trees. So are bananas.
To the
Boom roasted.
Not boom roast in the back.
Oh.
They
Shout out to the office.
have an exterior
One of them.
EXT exterior shell, just like bananas. How many people?
Wait a minute. Okay, what do we got going here?
What?
Coconuts are grown on trees, so bananas. They have an exterior shell just like bananas. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm following. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's make sure. It
Good.
wasn't making sense.
Good.
I thought.
Both the insides are edible, therefore,
Yeah, I thought.
by the same deduction, coconuts are bananas.
Nearly.
Immediately on that.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to note a couple things here. I don't think a single person alive spells the word bananas without singing that song in their head. Yeah, that's how you spell bananas.
Yeah.
Okay. Second thing, the
It's
reason
funny,
why.
me and this kid at work also were like,
Last year.
I was like, did you spell it just like you sang it? He's like, I did.
Also,
Laughed about it.
the second thing is he really pushed me to put this on his Reddit account. When he has failed to realize is that I'm actually logged in on his Reddit account. So I'm going to go ahead and reply.
You should put boom roasted.
Oh, I can edit it. I can edit it.
P.S. Boom roasted. All right, so if you're watching this, please go like that comment. Thank you very much.
Don't talk about it.
They're all bananas, but some of them look abnormally at the stars. I'm just saying, but that simple deduction, it's ridiculous. All right, so is this what we got going on here? Is this
All right, so let's go back to the TodayWeLearned page.
Okay.
Saved.
This one?
Reddit. All right,
Oh,
so
another one.
here's one that we are pretty frequent of Japanese places and sushi and
Hard.
things of this nature. Today I learned that genuine wasabi is rare and likely not even served in most high-end sushi restaurants. Apparently, the real deal is difficult to grow, and it's quite picky and takes approximately 3 years to mature. Which I have read that. Wasabi is not
So you're saying
the same
that?
wasabi from what its origins.
Okay, so you're saying that the reason why most people don't consume it is it takes 3 years to grow. How much liquor do we drink that's 15, 20, 25
Well,
years? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I think more. Well, that's
Good argument there, huh?
this may not be true, but I feel like more wasabi is probably consumed than alcohol. But as I was thinking that, I think more
I don't-
alcohol is consumed than wasabi.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair.
I think it's more or less that people just maybe can't handle.
Maybe-
it could be that maybe it's too difficult to grow.
Maybe
the-
maybe the cost to produce it doesn't
I mean, I just
deal with the output. Maybe that's what the problem is.
All right.
So I'll put
Wasabi.
you can get real wasabi relatively easily because it's not fresh wasabi. It's usually picked in frozen in plastic packs. It's called wasabi. And you can get it at most Japanese or Asian markets if you're outside
Oh,
of Japan.
Well, so I have a thing here. It's just from Google. Why is real wasabi so rare? As the planet is only native to Japan, wasabi is one of the most expensive crops in the world.
Oh, look at that! I was right again. It's hard being right all the time.
This guy. This is why a lot of people outside of Japan may not have never actually tasted real wasabi before. Real wasabi is incredibly expensive because wasabi plants are notoriously difficult to grow and require very specific conditions. Which is what I said.
It's not that we're both right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure from what I've read, the wasabi was originally consumed to kill the bacteria on the fish, like the raw fish. It's not so much now because we have a lot of food standards that we hold for
It's a lot of spiciness for no reason.
fish and stuff. All right. So yeah. So
Yeah.
today I'm in here for
But whatever that paste is, it's delicious, and I enjoy it.
except for the way he makes it.
I make it the way you're supposed to make it.
Nope.
No, it's the way you're supposed to make it.
That's a whole topic for another day. We'll make a video one time. We'll make a video.
It's a standard way of doing it. You put wasabi and soy sauce and you mix it together, and you dip.
No.
Whatever.
All right. Well, next today I learned hippos have a reflex mechanism that allows them to pop up, take a breath, and go back down without even waking up, so they can sleep underwater. I wish I had that ability.
I'll have to see if my mom's getting difficult about
Yeah,
this.
but I love the sound of water.
I mean, I'm halfway there. I'm the shape of a hippo. I just, I just don't have the ability to sleep underwater yet.
I love hippos.
I'll see what I can do. I'll go take a nap in the bathtub.
They're one of
tonight.
those powerful, like, strong creatures ever.
You guys want
I'll go take a nap in the bathtub later. See if I can get that breathing underwater thing.
All right, good luck with that. We'll check it out even
We get
tomorrow.
scheduled for the 13th.
I may not be here for the taste test.
Oh, for now?
And then we got our last Today I Learned here. We don't want to keep this going too long, but we do have a nice little segment at the end here.
Yeah.
So,
Let's say 130 or 150.
Okay.
150.
Or are they going to be at a 6?
All right. Shout out. Look.
Shout out.
All right. Today
Well,
I
not
learned
first street.
whale falls are a major source of nutrients for the oceans.
What's a whale fall?
Yeah.
I guess that's like when the whale dies
Okay.
in the water
Okay.
for the oceans.
I guess you could have got that contextually. Just shut up and read the rest of it.
Bathyal, or abyssal zones. The remains of an estimated 690 whales are being broken down to the ocean floor, with the bodies being picked clean. The skeletons dissolve, and ultimately a reef is formed.
Dope.
I mean, you ever wonder why you don't see whales? They'll just, I mean, some whales, wash up on shore, beach whales, and so on.
Depends. I've been to a couple beaches where I've been some whales present.
Not those kind of whales.
Tableside walking board.
That's pretty
Man,
interesting.
I don't mean to hate on the women's watch on this episode. I love y'all. This is just jokes. Those are just jokes. I'm just being spicy, all right? I'm in character.
He swears.
I'm in character.
All right, let's go to the last thing here. We're going to wrap it up for today.
How to live stream on YouTube.
Super yummy.
Right there.
Best.
And if you're paying attention, we are live streaming on YouTube right now.
We are live on
I.e.,
YouTube.
that link works.
So let's go to a little site called Chat GPT.
Okay.
I'm going to create a little story here for.
Otherwise known as ChatGPT.
Yep.
All right, let's try it out.
Okay, so we're going to make a story here.
You had me wondering.
Let's go with, I'm going to have you type because you're in front of the keyboard here.
All right.
Let's go with, let's do what I did tomorrow. Create a story where
Is this free roam? Can we do it like
you can do whatever you want.
Make a
Listen,
story.
Chat GPT, by the way, I know it's been around for a bit. It's like the topic of conversation. I'm just discovering it. Love it. I think it's great. Hopefully this could be really bad for like schools and colleges, but for the average person such as myself, who just gets a kick out of making stuff just because, love it. You get a little description you want to make, boom, tell what you want. You want it to be funnier, boom, be like, hey, just make this a little bit funnier. And it's like talking to a person.
Or if you want to make a story about a Mexican food truck driver who is short in stature, who is deathly afraid of pickles.
You talking about me?
No.
It's like, it's about a farm.
Oh, I got it. Overcomes his
He's like,
fear.
I will say that this Chat GPT, you can't put anything like sexual or death related. It will not
I
make it.
would do.
he was like, what is that? I was like, well, he was like, oh, it's here?
So he's going ham.
I'm going ham. So I make a story about a Mexican food truck driver who is short in stature, who is deathly afraid of pickles, overcomes his fear after a homeless woman gives him a deep fried pickle.
Can't wait. And boom.
That's it. That's all it takes.
And look how fast it creates it.
Oh, what a racist. They named him Juan.
Well, you did say Mexican food truck driver, and that is a Mexican name. So,
I'm just saying.
oh wow, look how this is quite the story. Okay,
Okay.
let's scroll a bit.
Do you want to take turns reading paragraphs?
Yeah, go ahead. So go ahead and start. Okay, there we go. We're back.
I'm starting.
Yep, good.
There was a Mexican food truck driver named Juan, who was known for his delicious tacos and burritos. Despite his small stature, Juan was a hard worker and always had a smile on his face. However, Juan had a deep-seated fear of pickles. He couldn't stand the sight, smell, or taste of them, and the mere thought of them made him break out in a cold sweat.
One day, as Juan was parked on a busy street corner, a homeless woman approached his food truck. She asked if he had anything to eat, and Juan happily offered her a burrito. Yeah, this is very stereotypical. But he was also, as he was wrapping up the burrito, he accidentally dropped a deep-fried pickle on her plate.
Or was it true?
Juan froze, feeling a surge of panic wash over him.
The homeless woman noticed Juan's fear and gently urged him to try the pickle. She explained that she used to be afraid of pickles too, but that they had grown on her over time. Juan hesitated at first, but eventually gave in and took a bite.
To his surprise, Juan found he actually enjoyed the pickle. It was crunchy, savory, and had a unique flavor that he never tasted before. He felt a sense of relief wash over him, realizing that his fear of pickles had been irrational all along.
From that day forward, Juan's food truck became known for its deep-fried pickles, which quickly became a fan favorite. Juan even started experimenting with different pickle flavors and techniques, constantly improving his recipe and expanding his menu.
The homeless woman visited Juan's food truck regularly, always smiling and joking with him about his newfound love for pickles. Juan was grateful for her helping him overcome his fear of introducing him to a whole new world of flavors. He realized that sometimes it takes a kind stranger to push us out of our comfort zones and help us discover new things.
There we go.
It's a nice little story there.
I tried to think of the craziest thing I could think of, and
All right, I want to think of
ChatGPT did it. I think it's pretty good.
That's good. I'm going to create one real quick, and then we will call that a day.
Oh, that was a that was pretty good. That was a full-on kids book.
That was. We should submit that into Reddit.
Juan really gave her the pickle.
Oof.
Like she gave Juan the pickle. Also, he couldn't have shared those profits. I mean, he molded his whole business around the fact that he now served deep fried pickles. She was still homeless at the end of the story. So here's the lesson for y'all. If you're nice and give somebody an idea, they will take the idea and screw you with the process.
Let's see. Story.
It is pretty fair and accurate.
Right,
I think many people throughout the years have been screwed.
I'm going to type up a little story here and just talk to the audience while we do it.
Yeah. I think there's a good story here. Throughout the course of time, people have stolen other people's ideas. I mean, how many times do you look at TikTok now and there's TikToks just on reposts of other people's TikToks? I seen one today that was just like that. This guy's whole channel was dedicated to some other dude's TikTok. I mean, it's one thing if you're adding something and improving or putting your own take on other people's TikToks. That's one thing. When we do that, I mean, we've done that all day today. We've taken videos or stories and gave our own takes and really added something of value to the stories themselves. But Juan just said, I'm going to take your pickle and screw you with it. So if you're just joining in on that part, what do you say God for? So that's really the lesson to be learned here. You know, you got to protect your pickle.
That's right. Always protect your pickle.
Had she rather took out a patent on it, then we might have not been looking at him being able to do the business. Or he would have had to buy, or she would have had to buy, or one would have had to buy the rights to that idea off. Excuse me. They had to buy the rights to that idea off her. And thus, she would have then became a non-homeless. She would have became a home woman.
All right. I think I got something. I kind of just was going. I was really reaching for this one.
She lived in a crock. So
Make a story. This is the last story we got here. Make a story of an old lady who lived in a crock.
Good thing you didn't put an S on there.
Huh?
Because then would have been the shoes. She lived in Crocs, so the old lady in her shoe.
That's what I was going for.
Oh,
that's why I smelled
I thought you were going with Moby Dick.
No.
Oh, you gotta add that's all that.
I lived in a Crocs.
I mean, good Croc. You're going. Lived in a pair of Crocs with their
Right.
dual clocks.
Here, wait, we'll do this.
With the sport ones,
Because of how this is like.
you gotta erase the dot, erase the period.
No,
It's the end of a sentence.
I know, but this is like talking to a person. Make a story of an old lady who lived in a Croc, like the shoe. She started a clothes business.
That's a comma, like the shoe, not a period.
Okay.
The same
Alright.
voice actor.
We'll go your. We'll do it your way.
Thank you.
Is
The Croc, like the shoe.
Suya.
So she started a clothes business that made her successful, but then also ended up starting a pizza business that sold questionable foods that made her lose it all.
Okay,
Oh.
let's do it up. Chat. Let's see what we got going on here.
Wait, go back.
Okay, so we
Nope,
got.
go back.
Okay.
You don't wait till it's done to start reading, or you just dive it right in.
We'll wait till
Whoever
it's
that man is.
see how far it goes.
Oh wait, they're not alive. Why would I hide them?
Oh, this one really went ham on this one.
You guys on live?
There
All
you go.
right, here we go.
You're not live, right?
Here we go. We are live. All right, can you scroll up a little bit?
Sure.
All right, you ready to start?
Once upon a time, there was an old lady named Maggie who lived in a small village. Maggie was known for her eccentricity. And good thing that lawyer wasn't there for that word. Fuck. And she always wore a Croc shoe on one foot, while the other foot was bare. People in the village would often wonder why she only wore one shoe, but Maggie didn't care. She was comfortable in her own skin, and the Croc shoe was her favorite.
That's wild. Okay. One day, Maggie had an idea to start a clothes business. She was tired of seeing the same old boring clothes in the village, and she wanted to offer something different. Maggie worked hard. Maggie worked hard to put all her savings into her business. Before long, she had a thriving clothes shop. People came from far and wide to buy her unique and fashionable clothes.
Maggie was a success, and she was very proud of her achievements. However, she was not content with just one business. She wanted to expand her horizons and start something new. That's when she got the idea to start a pizza business. Maggie had always been fond of pizza, and she wanted to offer her own unique spin on it.
She started selling her pizzas, but unfortunately, they were not as popular as her clothes business. Maggie was not deterred and continued to experiment with new pizza recipes. However, her experimentation led her down a dangerous path as she started using questionable ingredients in her pizzas.
Kind of like a Sweeney Todd situation.
Mm-hmm.
Customers started getting sick after eating her pizzas, and soon the health department shut down her business. Maggie lost everything she had worked on so hard. She worked
So hard for us.
so hard for, including her beloved clothes shop. She was devastated and didn't know what to do.
Despite her setbacks, Maggie refused to give up. She learned from her mistakes and started working hard again, this time to rebuild her reputation. She went back to her roots and focused on her clothes business. Before long, she was once again successful.
Maggie learned that sometimes it's better to focus on... Come on, guys.
All right.
Maggie learned that sometimes it's better to focus on one thing rather than trying to do too many things at once. She also learned the importance of quality ingredients and never compromised on them again. Maggie's clothes business continued to thrive, and she became known as the best clothes maker in the village. And even though she had lost her pizza business, Maggie was happy with what she had achieved and proud of the lessons she had learned along the way.
Now, that took quite the spin here. I was thinking it was going to end a little bit differently, but ChatGPT was a little bit more positive than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But that's all we got for you this week. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for coming in and learning something.
Mhm.
Learning that coconuts are bananas.
Pretty much.
Bananas are coconuts.
Yep.
It's a fake language situation.
Coconuts in Barbados.
Barbados?
Different. Forget it. So you should see this will be on, most likely it'll be on Off the Hinges podcast YouTube page, and it'll be on the Spicy Boiz Podcast YouTube page as well because it was live streamed.
Barbados. This shit is Barbados.
That's a good one. You should start picking up. We should pick that up.
Yeah, sure. We gotta work.
But yeah, so we'll check us out on all the links listed in the description or wherever. So it's like Twitch, YouTube, Discord, Reddit.
Listen, if you don't know yet, you know now.
Yeah.
Go on Spicy Boiz Podcast. Follow all them links. Go on Off the Hinges Podcast. Follow all them links. Right? Because we're trying to put out shit for you every week.
Please subscribe on TikTok. We're trying to go live here. Be great if you could subscribe to it. Hopefully it sticks around. If not, we're on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. So that's fine.
We're live on YouTube. Gonna be live on Twitch mostly every Saturday, as long as we can help it. And then we look forward to spending time with you. So thank you for spending your weekend part of it with us,
Mm-hmm.
and we appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much.
For Off the Hinges, please check out the link tree. We gotta get a link tree going for the Spicy Boiz.
Yeah, we do. I'll work on that tomorrow.
It's not hard to do. It's gonna take like 2 minutes.
But join us tomorrow. Hopefully, see everybody sees this. We'll do a little bit of taste test tomorrow. A short little taste test.
Oh yeah, taste test of the Dollar General plantain. I think maybe one thing at a time here.
Yeah.
Tomorrow maybe just Dollar General.
I think so. Yeah.
I'll go ham because the thing is, you can get like 20 different things.
Yep.
Or you get like 100.
We'll have a
different things.
we'll have a little bit of a plethora of stuff here, but we'll make it.
I'm gonna go in there with the idea of buying the weirdest possible shit that I can find.
I feel like we should go in there and buy everything we can for under $20.
Under $20?
Or $20 is the max we can spend.
$20 each, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Deal.
I think it's a pretty good.
You got yourself a deal, Jimmy.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Especially you, Jimmy. Continue to follow the podcast and continue to consume our content because nobody is putting out content like the Spicy Boiz.
Spicy Boiz.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.